Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Notre Dame Primetime Live. I am your host, Ryan Farvell, with my co-host, Sean. We are back again for another episode. Ben, unfortunately, could not make it again this week, so it's just going to be me and Sean again, like old times. We're back. It has now been, 10 days? We've had about 10 days to reflect now on the fact that, again, Notre Dame is not playing football. Is not in the playoff and will not be playing in a playoff game this weekend. Still crazy that that's not happening. Obviously, you got the bowl games going on. Notre Dame would be playing in a bowl game, I believe, in 11 days? It would be on the 27th. They played in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. So, yeah, we are officially in.
Today, the coaches put the Pop-Tarts in.
Yeah, we are officially in off-season mode. So a couple things we'll get into here today. We obviously, Notre Dame got another commitment from a 5-star caliber corner in Xavier Zay Hassan just a few days ago. Actually, yesterday. Excuse me. And then we'll talk about, the transfer portal, kind of think about what Notre Dame should get, what they need to target in the portal, kind of give some names out there that Notre Dame should be interested in maybe pursuing. And then we'll kind of talk about the playoff stuff again. I'm not going to go over it too much because we spent 2 hours last week doing that. And then we'll talk about the Heisman stuff with Love as well. So got a lot of stuff to talk about in the show today. But anyway, Sean, it's been 10 days. Do you feel any better? Have you come to terms with it? How are you holding up?
No, I don't feel better. I mean, I guess I feel better. I don't know if I feel better about it. I feel better with it. I had another heartbreaker with John Cena retiring, the GOAT retiring this past weekend. So that was another tough blow when it comes to the sports world. But yeah, I still am a little frustrated with it, but I'm confident that we'll come back next year. I'm getting more intrigued with the Love stuff. If he goes to the draft, I know he will go. But if Price comes back, if some of these people start to come back, and how next year will go. So I'm still pissed about it. I don't know if I want to watch the playoffs yet. I just, especially Texas A&M Miami is an extremely frustrating game for me. So we'll see. John Cena. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. It's ironic you brought up WWE and John Cena. With how it happened 10 days ago, I feel like they're pretty much the same thing. It's very scripted. A lot of corruption, a lot of fixed things going on.
Dude, I cried, man, when John Cena tapped out. I was like, gosh. It just
the WWE is like, this would be a great story. This would be a great ending for John Cena.
Everyone's comparing it to Obi-Wan in Star Wars when he just accepted like defeat from Darth Vader kind of thing. So,
but yeah, I'm with you, man. It doesn't feel any better. I don't care. I've made my decision. I'm not watching the playoffs. I haven't watched any of the bowl games. I did watch part of Navy Army just because that's like a football tradition. Games not being played on CBS, so gave that a watch. But yeah, for me, football in college is done until next year. It's going to be hard to completely boycott ESPN, right? But I got my Broncos, so we're the number 1 seed in the NFL right now, riding high. Just beat the Packers, so
let's see if Bo Nix can do good for me in fantasy this week to get me to the championship game. So
yeah, it's just man, and the fact that people, it frustrates me because I feel like people are taking the opportunity to laugh at us, troll us, kick Notre Dame while they're down. And it's like these were the same people that were just complaining and moaning last year that Notre Dame went all the way to the national championship and got to keep $20 million to themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, and I find it so ironic that a lot of the people that are doing it are fans of teams that aren't even in the playoff discussion. That's ironic. A lot of Bama fans, actually, for the most part, have kind of been like, that I've talked to outside of a few on here. They're like, man, we're happy we're in, but we realistically shouldn't have been in. So, it is what it is. For all said, guys, this anti-Notre Dame bias has been going on since the days of Rockney over 100 years. I don't know, man. I feel like I haven't been this upset, pissed off, and depressed about a Notre Dame football season ever in my lifetime. I don't know about you, Sean, but like I've had moments. The 2023 Ohio State game was pretty bad, but we lost a few weeks later to Louisville, and we knew that our season was done. So it was kind of like, whatever. And last year, the Natty, it was obviously heartbreaking, but to have something taken away, like the fact that we were third or fourth in the national championship odds, and we don't even get a chance to prove it on the field, is the part that hurts the most, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the first two episodes of Here Come the Irish?
I watched the first episode. I forgot the second one came out, yesterday?
Yeah. It's
hard to watch, I'm guessing, now after everything.
Rewatching it, especially like you'll see it when you get to the point. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but you see the outcome of the A&M game, obviously, right? And you see the guys come together. They go on this 10-game winning streak where they're just beating the shit out of everybody, handling what they can handle, controlling what they can control. And it's like, you see them get this hope. And it's like, dude, I get it. I get it why they didn't want to play in the bowl game. So it's sad, man. It's just sad.
Yeah. The 4-8 season was pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame's definitely getting a lot of hate right now, but they've always gotten hate. You either love Notre Dame or you hate Notre Dame. So,
I feel like I'm 25 years old, Sean. I think we're about the same age. This is the most hate publicly I've seen for Notre Dame in my lifetime. Would you agree with that? Like the most just outspoken, not just on like Twitter, not just on social media, but just like by the networks I've ever seen. It feels like everybody and their mom is against us. You know what I mean?
I think ESPN, it feels that way. And then you look at CBS and they're pro BYU and CBS is against Alabama, or you can see Fox is pro Alabama and against BYU. So I think it just depends. I agree. We needed a new kicker, which I'm very intrigued about our kicker situation next season.
Bring in another portal kicker.
It's helped us 2 years in a fucking row, huh? But I agree we need one. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely frustrating. You're disappointed. I think I'm just more excited to see how the offseason unfolds, to see how this team bounces back next year with Freeman.
I think they're going to be pissed off. I get it. It's a different caliber of opponents that you're going to face in the first two games this year, right? Or next season. It's not going to be, but I would highly, if we come out slow and have a slow start like we've had under Marcus Freeman against Wisconsin And who's the second game? I'm
Purdue?
blanking right now. I think is it Purdue? Who's the second? Let me pull up the schedule real quick. But regardless of who that second opponent is, if we come out slow against them, we have serious problems. Because we should realistically come out and just beat the absolute crap out of the first two teams on our schedule next year. I think we're gonna. I'm saying right now we're going 12-0. Okay, so it's Wisconsin and Rice. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
Wisconsin and Rice.
I'm gonna pick us to go 12-0 next year too. 11-1 maybe, but
Well, the only hard game is Miami.
and I think we whoop their ass. But I could see USC like at USC.
Well, USC's not guaranteed on the schedule, I believe.
It'll happen.
It haven't happened yet. People said that back, was it before the season started?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Just dragging this thing out. But yeah, it's sad, man. Like I said, it's a whole sad situation. The Love thing, like you talked about, it's interesting with him.
I don't think there's any way.
I don't think he's coming back. There's no way in hell. But I think it's funny.
He just looks awkward every time it's brought up to him for me to
the game that him and Freeman played, like when he was getting interviewed in the Heisman ceremony, and Freeman was talking about him. He's like, "Yeah, now I just got to get him to come back," and he's tapping him on the leg, like, and he's smiling.
My friends are some big Chiefs fans in my fantasy group, and they're hoping because Mahomes is gonna be out for the year that the Chiefs are likely going to have a top 12 pick in the draft, and he thinks they could potentially lose out. I think they beat the Titans, but to a point where they can get a top 12 pick, and they're counting on getting Love. And I told him, I said, I hope and I don't think the NFL is going to let the Chiefs get Love. Right? I would hope. My brother-in-law tells me that because of how bad Gentsy's been, kind of, that he thinks Love falls out the top 10. I don't think so. I think he gets picked like 8, 9, even though he's a second-ranked prospect. But it just depends on the team, I guess. But if the Chiefs got Love, God, oh man. I mean, you would as a Broncos fan.
As a Broncos fan, I'm sorry. I couldn't root for you. It would be the same thing as like Michael Mayer going to the Raiders. It's like, I love you, Mayer, but I can't. As a Broncos fan, that part of me, I have to turn that off. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. I wish Love. I wish he'd fall all the way to 32 so the Broncos could get him.
Oh, you're not going to have a 32nd pick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, we are the number 1 seed, but yeah, I think there's no shot, and there's no shot he comes back. The interesting thing about it is Price, right? I know Price walked at senior day, but I guess that was more of an academic thing because he's an academic senior. I just don't know. I think
I am.
Would I be ecstatic if Love and Price said, F it, run it back one more year for a natty, and we pay them?
I think we'd see like a Williams or a Kedron transfer.
Oh, both of them probably. And then you put yourself in a very bad situation the next season because you're going to be stuck with Nolan James, which is not bad. Like, it's not a bad thing, but you're going to have a lot of inexperience.
You'd probably take a transfer the next year.
It would be, so you'd have Nolan James, Osborne, and Walton. Yeah. Like, that's your 3 running back set, depending on what Payne does. So, like, I love it, but I think for the development and recruiting, it would be better for Love and Price to both go. And because, like,
I think for Love to go, I do think, yes, he's a top 3. I think he's the second-ranked RB prospect in the draft, but I think it would be really beneficial for Price to come back one more year because I think he could promote himself to a early second, late first-round pick compared to being somewhere second, third, fourth round day 2 pick where he would go now because I still think like a Nicholas Singleton could go over him or something or somebody.
Singleton over who? Price?
I think it could happen.
I don't know what mock draft you're looking at.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I don't know if he's like realistically. Do I think he goes in the second round? Like, does a team pick a running back that's getting 700 yards a year in the second round? Right. But then also, I know a running back's not going to not go in the second round. So who goes?
Yeah, I want to pull this up really quick if I can get it. I hope it didn't like go away already. There was a quote that Love had. I can't find it now. But Love did a speaking of Jeremiah Love, he did a interview with Yahoo Sports after the whole thing came out. Which again, we got to talk about that too. People threatening to freeze us off the schedule, and I loved Jeremiah Love's response, where he's like, "It's just because we're Notre Dame and they're scared to play us. Why wouldn't you want to play us? Like, we're Notre Dame
because they played us.
Yeah, like all these athletic directors that are mad about the uh, the memorandum of understanding about if you're ranked inside the top 12, you're guaranteed a spot regardless of how everything's set up. I think people don't understand. If the committee really doesn't want Notre Dame in, just like they did this year, they can slide us to 13. And it fixes that problem. And they can come up with some bullshit excuse like they did this year, right? So I think it's literally just a piece of paper. That's all that is.
They were in the top 12 heading into Selection Sunday.
No, if they are in the top 12 of the final rankings, they're guaranteed a spot, regardless of the conference championship. Like this year, if on since they were in the top 12 on Sunday, Miami would have been knocked out for Notre Dame.
Yeah. Also, Duke would have been in over JMU.
Where did Vigo said, "Where's Johnny?" I wish we had Johnny Boy on the show. We'll work on that. By the way, Sean is sick. If you can't tell, but we're gonna. That would be cool to try to get Johnny on the show. I know I've talked to him personally a couple times. Always Irish.
Oh yeah, John. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna try to work on that. Love to see Love get to a team with a good offensive coordinator. I'm not as worried about Love going to a place with a good OC. I just don't want the Genty situation for Love because Genty got drafted top 5 to a team that literally has no offensive line, and he's taking a beating this year. I mean, and it's not like he's not still Genty. You watch his games, and he's got 5 defensive linemen in the backfield within the first couple seconds of the play. He makes the first one, the second one, the third one miss, but eventually everybody else comes in and cleans it up. Like, there's nothing you can do. I want Love to go someplace. I would prefer. Somebody said out of the top 10. I wouldn't be mad at that because at least he'd be going.
I would. It feels like every Notre Dame player that's good and elite falls out the top 10, and then they ball out. And there's like Kyle Hamilton. I want to see him go top 10. I want my Cardinals to get him.
But yeah, John Bryce reported that U.S. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, because I
knew the 26 game was good to go. I didn't know 27.
Okay. Teams in the top 12, top 10 don't need running backs.
Cardinals need a running back, buddy. Bad. They also need a quarterback.
He's a Cardinals fan. I think the Chiefs.
I think the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys get him. That's always been my prediction. But they have Javonte. But a 1-2 punch with them would be nice.
Vigo is saying that it would be nice to get one of them back. Price or Love. It'd be Price that you'd be more likely to get. But if you bring Price back, you're probably losing Aeneas or Kedron. Maybe both.
Probably Kedron. I think Aeneas comes back to do a 1-2 with him.
It's not an every down back.
No, he'll be with Aeneas. But he'll be the main guy. It'll be like.
He was scared of Notre Dame smashing the SEC. Yeah, I can see that. Let's go ahead. We've spent some time on this. We'll let the comments kind of roll in. We got four more. Let those kind of roll in. Uh, let's talk about the commitment that Notre Dame got. It was just yesterday in a 5-star caliber corner in Zay Hassan out of North Carolina, the number 1 player in the state of North Carolina from Cardinal Gibbons High School in
The best
Raleigh,
in
actually.
NC, go to ND.
So it's on the industry ranking, has him as the 46th best player. According to Rivals, he's the 27th best player, which if the class ended today, the top 32 gets 5-star rankings. So he would be a 5-star right now. He's the number 4 corner according to Rivals. He's the number 7 on the consensus. Overall, just great player. Mike Mickens absolutely does it again. Lands an elite prospect from the state of North Carolina. North Carolina is starting to turn into a Notre Dame recruiting pipeline, and it's been very good to Notre Dame the last couple of years. You got Bryce Young from there. You got Rodney Dunham from there. I believe Ebenezer Iwatade's from there. Micah Gilbert's from there. There's
We got a
blank
tight
on
end. I
somebody
think
else.
Flanagan's from there, or Larson or Flanagan.
It's one of the two's from there. Yeah, it's been doing really. We've been doing really well in the Carolinas, but we're kind of turning on the tape again.
Boom.
I haven't watched a lot of tape on the 2027 kids yet, but this is my first time watching his tape. How do we feel about Zay Hassan? Absolute. You can tell just from the tape already. Loves to come up and hit. He reminds me. If I had to compare him to a Notre Dame player, he reminds me of a more athletic BMO. Like, because he's around the same height as BMO, but he's more lengthy than BMO was, and he's a better tackler. Like,
dude, this guy's hitting.
Yeah, he loves to come up and hit. And he's very versatile, by the way. He's able to play nickel. He's able to play boundary or field. So he can do everything. What are your thoughts so far?
He's also kick returning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my reaction is, God, he's a hitter. Like, dude, he would be
for a
dirty.
corner. You don't see that. For a corner, you don't see that a lot
anymore. No, like, God.
He's Cam Hart.
I'm going to be honest. People clown on. Yeah, I was thinking Cam Hart. I'm not comparing him to this guy, but I'm just making a fact. I do think Christian Gray is an underrated tackler. He's made some big plays coming up and laying some hits on short yardage. Underrated, not saying that I comparing to him, but yeah, Cam Hart was somebody I was thinking of. But I think this is a guy that Notre Dame hasn't really had. I mean, I haven't seen a Notre Dame corner lay hits out like this really much. So
yeah,
this would be a nice get. I mean, God, he's just breaking necks out there. It'd be nice on short yards, a little screenplay, and someone gets wrecked.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I was listening to Tyler James on their Blue and Gold show, or not show, when they did their episode for covering, this commitment. And Singer asked him, kind of the same thing, like, who would you compare him to? And he's like, Notre Dame fans may not like this, but he's like Christian Gray, but the good version of Christian Gray. Like the good parts you see when Christian Gray is at his best, that's what Hassan reminds me of. If he's like the best version of Christian Gray every single play, that's good. A pretty damn good corner.
People shit on Christian Gray, but when you're the corner, because you have BMO and Leonard Moore on the other side, and you're getting targeted every play a game, you're going to look silly at times. And
I will say there are times, though, where he just flat out, like Jalen Lane a couple times, just ran right past him on go routes, and I'm like,
I will say with him, I felt like he was better as a freshman than he is now. Like I remember as a freshman, I just felt like he was so good, but I don't know. But yeah, it's funny he says Gray. I'm not comparing him to Gray, but the tackling, like, yeah, Cam Hart, I'd probably say, but this is a guy that lays out some hits, and would be scary. If his coverage skills are locked down and he can lay out them hits, what if he's a mixture of a Don Shula with Ben Morrison? Like that'd be crazy.
And we talked about Ace Austin. I want to say it was the last show. I like Ace Austin's tape a lot too. But I like Zay Hassan. Like Zay Hassan's the clear.
Yeah.
Like he is that dude. It's interesting. I know it's probably your first time watching his tape as well. Who do you like more? If you had one spot to start, Kari Adams or Zay Hassan?
Kari Adams.
Oof.
It's close though. I just think he's younger and he's going to have some time to develop. But I say Kari because
I love Kari, man. But
he just feels a little more polished, if that makes sense.
I do think it's going to turn into a situation where you do have Kari in a few years is going to be your Leonard Moore, your number one lockdown guy, and then Hassan's going to be the Christian Gray, the opposite side, and you're going to get a better version of Christian Gray, like we talked about, which
in the slot
would be great. Yeah. But yeah, so Notre Dame, I believe, is number 3 in the 2027 rankings. Let me double check that real quick.
It's another top 5 class, man.
I believe we have 10 commitments. No, 9 commitments in this class, which is crazy in itself already. Let me pull up the team recruiting rankings real quick. Team rankings 27. But yeah, it's Mike Mickens. I know that. So Notre Dame right now is the number 5 recruiting class in 2027 per Rivals Industry. Mike Mickens got to get a pay raise, right? Another one for the third straight year.
God, please keep him.
Any shot you think you think he leaves? I know we thought that he was gone, guaranteed, unless you gave him the DC job, but after everything that's happened this season, I don't know about you. It kind of feels like maybe we just haven't heard about it, but the heat or like the rumors swirling around him for other job opportunities, you just haven't heard it as much yet. Like I feel like last offseason it was pretty. Oh, Michigan wanted him. Texas wanted him. Like, do you think that because of what happened down the stretch, the early struggles with the defense, like
him not getting the coordinator position?
Yeah,
I think he stays. I think he has one more year in him at Notre Dame.
Okay.
Do you agree, or do you think he leaves?
I think it's hard for me to see him staying when I know he's going to get other job offers. It's just weird. We haven't heard much.
I don't think he should leave for a coordinator position unless it's at like a good Power 4 school.
I think he would get a head coaching job at some G5 schools. I mean, Jared Parker got a head coaching job.
But he was an offensive coordinator.
That's true.
It just depends.
Noah, good friend of the show.
Love
just announced he's going to the NFL. Let me try to find that.
Thanks, that's Noah.
True. Making our night worse, Noah. Thank you. Let me see if it's in the chat. I don't see it. Is there not a tweet?
I'm looking for it. Yep, it's official. Jeremiah Love declared for the draft per his Instagram.
Okay.
It's on Indie Recruiting, his whole message, and Notre Dame Fighting Irish posted it.
You said Notre Dame Recruiting?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Well, that ended our debate earlier today. All right, let me pull this up, see if I can. All right, let me go ahead and read the statement. pull it up for everybody to see. So yeah, Jeremiah Love is officially declared for the NFL draft. He wrote a statement that was posted to his Instagram story earlier tonight. Those who know me, uh, those who know me best know I'm very. I can't read this thing, man. I'm very
I'll read
direct,
it.
so I'm going
I'll
to
read it.
go ahead. It's like so tiny on here.
Those who know me best know I'm very direct, so I'm going to get straight to the point and share I have made the decision to declare for the NFL draft. I know I am prepared for this moment because of the amazing people I have in my life, and I want to thank them now first and foremost. I want to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible. My family, specifically my parents, have been so instrumental in my success, not only on the football field, but in life. They have been patient and loving while also challenging me each step of the way, pushing me to always authentically be me or be authentically me. They are my why. Heading off to college, there are so many uncertainties, but I knew Notre Dame was the perfect home for me. When I think about all the people who have impacted me at Notre Dame, it is endless. I am especially grateful to my coaches for pushing me outside of my comfort zone while also allowing me to be me. They knew exactly what I needed to do to elevate and made sure to push me to greater heights. To my teammates, my brothers for life, competing together with you on the field was an unforgettable experience. We did some pretty great things. But what I will keep with me forever are the memories we made in the locker room and just hanging out at the Gug. Making the decision to attend Notre Dame was easy because of the people. From the amazing football support staff to my fellow students, I could not have picked a better place for me to grow into the man I am today. It is with a wealth of gratitude I will take many experiences from Notre Dame Notre Dame has given me and apply those lessons learned as I move on to the next level. I look forward to representing my family in Notre Dame in the NFL. Love thee, Jeremiah Love. For running back Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame NFL.
Wow.
Not surprised at all. He deserves it. I think we all knew 100% that he was going to the NFL. Is he the greatest running back in Notre Dame history?
That's hard. He's the best running back in Notre Dame history that I've ever watched in
I
my
think he's the most
lifetime.
talented in Notre Dame history,
Most
but I think that's
talented, yeah.
different than best.
It's hard because you had Autry Denson, who still holds I believe, the career rushing yard record.
Because of an injury.
Jerome Bettis. You have, well, no, this is career. So like Love wasn't gonna get to Autry Denson, I believe. Regardless,
Yeah.
um, you had Bettis, who is an NFL Hall of Famer. I know it's hard because you don't want to use the NFL, what they did in the NFL, right? But he's the best Notre Dame running back I've seen in my lifetime.
And I'm going to be
I've been
honest, I don't
no.
think we see a running back like him at Notre Dame for a while. I think we're going to get good talent in, but him being a Heisman finalist, do you really think we're going to have one be a Heisman finalist in the next 5-10 years? Heisman finalist? I don't know.
If you get Keemon Spell, I think.
Who would have thought? I mean, I remember we covered his recruitment. I'd love for you to find the clip of that.
I need to find the clip of when he committed. We might have started after. He was in because he was 23, so he was in the Leonard Moore class, right? No, Leonard Moore was 24. No,
he's really good.
It's dude. This. By the way, I want to start as congratulations to Jeremiah Love, man.
Congrats to Jeremiah Love. You deserve it.
You deserve it, man.
You're a great guy on and off the field. Notre Dame appreciates you. I'm going to give you my favorite moment of Notre Dame. If I had to, one that I know I will always remember, will never forget, is that Penn State run to get us to the Natty. That Penn State pushing through to score in the end zone. That's the play that I will always remember from Jeremiah Love. I don't know about you, but it's like Monte Teo. When I think of Manti Teo, I think of that Stanford goal line stand, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I think of Jeremiah Love, I'm going to think of that Penn State touchdown run.
It's hard because there's so many moments like that
Have you seen the video where
with
it's like,
Love.
when you call my name, it's like
Yeah,
and he just reaches across. I love that video. God.
it's
What's up, Trevor?
it's so hard, and this was well, before I get to that. Again, congratulations to Jeremiah Love. You deserve it. You deserve everything that's coming to you, man. Um, one of the not just one of the best players we've ever had in Notre Dame history, but his story is amazing. In my opinion, he is the rightful Heisman Trophy winner. He is the best player in college football this year, without a doubt, in my mind. And it's sad that his final year at Notre Dame ended the way that it did. But man, like you talked about, those memories of the touchdown against Penn State, carrying 5 guys into the end zone, including a first-round pick and Abdul Carter on his back, right? The 98-yard touchdown in the first ever college football playoff game in a 12-team playoff on a college campus, the first ever college football playoff game held at Notre Dame Stadium. And he holds the record for the longest touchdown run in playoff history. Like, did that while having the flu, by the way, and a bum
Getting
ankle.
hurt. He was
being
hurt.
It's sad, man. But again, we're not going to forget
I'm
any
happy
stuff.
for him.
The
I knew he
hurdle.
was going to the draft.
Mhm.
I think it's well deserved. Why wouldn't he go to the draft?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's sad that he's leaving, but I'm not. It's again.
I'm
like,
sad how it
congratulations
finished.
to him.
I'm not sad he's
Yes.
leaving. I'm sad that he wasn't
Yeah.
able to have a chance to play in the playoffs. But he got last year. He led the team to the Natty. We got to see him in the playoffs at least once, and he led us to the Natty. And we'll always remember that. He's talking about North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We'll
think
him.
that Jeremiah.
Who are you talking about, Mike?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
Mickens. He's talking about Mickens.
Yeah.
He's the best running back I've ever seen at Notre Dame. I'm going to take one step better. He might go down as, for now, and I've seen a lot of Floyd's, Tate's, stuff like that. He might be the best offensive player in our lifetime at Notre Dame. Like skill position player.
And I've seen, you and me, we've seen
Golden
a
Tate,
lot of, well, to me, right? Like, I loved Kyron Williams, loved Josh Adams, I loved Will Fuller, right? I loved Ian Book, even though like it feels like 70% of the fan base hates Ian Book for some reason, right? Like Michael Floyd and Golden Tate were like here for me. All the other guys that I mentioned were like here.
Jeremiah
None
Love
of them. Jeremiah Love is the first Notre Dame player that I've watched that got to that level. I won't sit here and say he's better than Michael Floyd or Golden Tate, but in terms of that level, that caliber, what those guys did for Notre Dame, the amazing moments that those guys had, Love is right there with them.
I think you can consider putting him over. He won an award at his position. Tate and Floyd didn't win that, and he was a Heisman finalist. I think, and led the team to a Natty. I mean, those three things are what those guys couldn't do, and those are the three biggest things you can do at your position. I think you can consider it. I would. I think I would have them over Tate and Floyd for sure. He led us to a Natty. They didn't. He won best running back in the country. They didn't win best receiver in the country, and he was a Heisman finalist, and they weren't. He finished top 3. Should have been 2, in my opinion. So I I think Jeremiah Love's the best skill position player that we've had since 2000 for sure.
Viga also said Julius Jones
Oh
is
yeah,
very good. Julius Jones was very good. Yeah.
but
Hopefully we get a son. But yeah, he wasn't
like
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Love.
Love's gonna be a top 10 pick probably. Like this, I did see, and I want to bring this up because you mentioned the Heisman thing. I don't want to discredit it as all. I'm just going to bring up the other side because play devil's advocate to it. I did find it interesting. I know you saw the comparison, right? Most talented. Thank you, Adam. A lot of people probably saw this, whether you agree with it or not. I did think it was an interesting comparison to Jeremiah Love and a specific player in the Heisman race. Did you see what player they were comparing him to? Wasn't Genty. Wasn't even the same position.
Johnny
Manziel.
Manziel. Yeah.
Johnny Manziel had more rushing yards and more rushing touchdowns than him as a quarterback. So I did think that was definitely interesting to see.
But it's also a different,
era.
It's different. A different era. You don't see running backs like Genty.
Well, I also think Johnny Manziel is one of the best quarterbacks we've had in our lifetime in college football. So, I mean, it's hard to say that.
Yeah, and it's also again, Love didn't – if Love didn't have Jadarian Price behind him, he would have won Heisman.
Well, I think if he didn't get hurt in that game, I think he would have won Heisman.
I don't think anything he could have done against Stanford. People weren't watching that game. It was 10:30 Eastern.
At least me, where I'm happy, at least he won the Doak Walker. And people mention Ahmad Hardy. They were similar in stats, but Love had half the carries. Love was better.
Yeah. And Hardy didn't share the backfield with Jadarian Price.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremiah Love. I will never forget you. Nobody will. I hope that the running back room can continue to make you proud after you leave. I hope that your celebration will forever be in Notre Dame. Right? We love you, Love. I hope when you go to an NFL team, you do the same exact celebration. I love it, man. You created a whole new thing. You helped make Notre Dame cool again. We just appreciate watching you as fans. So,
I mean, when's the last time you saw elite recruits doing a celebration that a Notre Dame player did? You had Keemon Spell score a touchdown the week after his Notre Dame visit to USC, scores a 70-yard touchdown, does the J Love celebration, and then you see later on in the season Caden Henderson, who's an elite linebacker in the 27 class, a linebacker doing it.
Does Love have his degree? I'm sorry to interrupt.
I don't know.
He might be away. I wonder if they let him finish.
Yeah. If you want, I forgot about this too. He committed to Notre Dame when his official visit was for the Marshall game.
I mean, I remember his recruitment. Texas running back. I will say I give credit to this.
Texas, you mean
the Notre Dame. St. Louis, you're right. I apologize. I'm thinking Price was Texas. I don't know why. But I remember the Notre Dame recruiting account. To me, he called this one before anybody else. He had Love as the number one player in that class, and he felt like he was the best running back in the country, and it wasn't close. And he was right. I mean, when he was playing as a freshman, did you think he would be this? I knew he'd be good. Yeah, I knew he'd be good. I mean, you knew he'd be Doak Walker, top 10 pick, Heisman finalist.
I remember when he committed, I thought he had the potential to be a Heisman Trophy winner. I watched his tape. His tape is insane. And the fact that I want to say he was ranked outside the top 50, which Ben's not here, but Ben's favorite saying is offers over rankings, tape over rankings. Yeah. The fact that there were 4 running backs ranked higher than Jeremiah Love in his own class is insane. Yeah,
Let me
I
look.
appreciate the comment from Adam, who is a little older than us. Uh, only backs in question are Brooks and Bettis, but it is Love. I am old enough to see them all. Yeah, it's harder for me because again,
Yeah.
I was very young. I didn't
So
get to see Bettis, but yeah, go ahead.
Love finished as the via 20. I use on 3. I don't use 24/7, but I wasn't sure if 24/7 was around here. I think they were, but 24/7 had him as the 96th ranked player, 5th best running back, 3rd best in Missouri. He composite 79th ranked player, 5th best running back, 2nd best in Missouri. The 5 running backs, the 4 other running backs that were ahead of him, I'll let you know right now as it loads.
This is going to be
CJ
interesting.
Baxter, Texas, Reuben Owens, Justice Haynes, and Quentin Joyner. Behind, yeah. Isn't that insane?
And
And then,
what? Justice Haynes is the only one that's close.
yep. And then in
Like that's
Missouri, the only people that were ahead of him, both Oklahoma commits. I'm not even going to attempt this name. You know what? I'll try it. Adepoju Adebawore, edge, Oklahoma, and Hayden Green, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. Don't even know who either of those guys are. And yeah, Tate Floyd didn't have the coach or the defense Jay Love had. Oh, 100%. 100%. But I mean, that's why we said they were there. But I mean, it takes a team to get to where you need to get, of course. But
Rocket and Ricky Waters. Yeah,
game
I didn't
changer.
get obviously way too young. Touches 3 ways last year. That's true. Right, Rifle and his damn spell. Yeah.
So I mean, now it's waiting for Price. If Price announces, here's my opinion. If Price comes back, Notre Dame's national championship contenders again. If he doesn't, we're playoff contenders. I think that's a big difference.
I have an interesting question.
Yes,
because Hardy is a redshirt freshman, or not a redshirt freshman. He's a redshirt sophomore. Or he might just be a regular sophomore. If Love and Price are gone, and it sounds like Eli Drinkowitz is a guy for Michigan, do you kick the tires on Hardy?
He's not coming to Notre Dame. But yes, if he's in the portal, you go after Hardy.
We just sat here and kind of not trashed him, but he's not
welcome, buddy. Welcome.
You're not better than Jeremiah Love, but hey, I'll take the second best running back in college football. Actually, the third because Price is better.
But I do think if Price comes back to Notre Dame next year, I expect 1,000-yard season from him. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. We'll get to our other topics, but really quick, a word from our boy Mark.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
We are about to change that to make 2026 a winner now here in a few weeks. Thanks to our boy Mark. If you guys want to go ahead and, we got the bowl games coming up. You got the college football playoff that starts this weekend. I know for us Notre Dame fans, a lot of us don't care to watch. But if you want to go ahead, take some of our betting advice from our boys over at the Voice of College Football. If you want to go ahead and bet on those games, make sure you use
Bet
our
on
friends.
Miami to lose. Bet on Alabama
Yeah.
to lose. Bet on...
Yeah. Make sure you use our friends over at Novig. And if you want to go ahead and get those, they have the best odds in the market right now. If you guys want to go over there, you make sure you use code VOCFBND. That's VOCFBND when you sign up. Make sure you guys, all participants must be 21 years or older. And if you have a gambling problem, make sure you call 1-800-GAMBLER and seek help for that. Now, getting back to our other topics again, before we head into the transfer portal stuff, finally, thank you again, Jeremiah Love, for everything.
Thank you.
Jeremiah Love.
Go
Be a Hall of Famer for anybody not named the Kansas City Chiefs. Get
drafted by the Cardinals, please.
That'd be great. Now, I want to talk about some portal stuff. Obviously, it is the off season. Like we talked about earlier, we have no football games anymore this season for Notre Dame. So it's going to be off season heavy recruiting, transfer portal. Name that's kind of been circled around for Notre Dame to target is former Michigan State receiver Nick Marsh, who in my opinion is by far and away the best receiver in the transfer portal right now. There have been rumors swirling around this. Notre Dame would love to have a guy of this caliber. Personally, you're losing Malachi Fields, so you need another guy like this. I'll pull up his highlights from this year. But Sean,
I'm a little surprised. Everything I've heard, and I've heard that academics could be potentially an issue, but I guess it's not anymore. So if it's not anymore, then this would be huge. I'm not going to talk about it really until we get it, but we need a guy like Malachi Fields. We need a boundary guy that can go up and be a deep ball threat, and this could be it. He's played some big-time football in the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. He's played against some pretty good teams like Michigan, like Ohio State, Indiana, some of those big schools. So I think this would be a very good get for Notre Dame if they can get him in the portal.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where he's the best receiver available right now. With how pissed off Notre Dame is right now after the playoff snub, I think this is where you flex. We are Notre Dame. If we want to, we can open our pocketbook and give out blank checks. You go out there and you bring in Nick Marsh. I think he's that good. He would be the clear number one receiver on this team. And he's a better receiver than Malachi Fields. Malachi Fields is great, but just pure raw talent, Nick Marsh is better. And you got to understand, he's playing with terrible quarterback play at Michigan State. Aiden Childs, I was super high on him out of high school. I don't know what happened to Aiden Childs. He is just Alex Orgy 2.0 from Michigan State. But yeah, I think it's one of those things you throw the bag at him to get him. How do you feel about that? Is it kind of one of those things if you have to spend a decent amount, are you doing it?
Yeah, 100%. I think we need a guy like that. So I think we go after him, and then I think you go get a grad transfer at receiver too. But I think this would be he'll be at Notre Dame for 1 year, if I'm correct.
He has 2 years of eligibility, I think. Let me see this real quick. Nick Marsh transfer.
But I think, you throw the pocketbook at everybody you want. We're Notre Dame, you're not. Let's build a team to win the Natty. That's the goal every year. So if he's a part of that, go get him. This would be a big get, a big deep threat. We need somebody like that on our team now. So,
yeah, I agree with you. And there was another. Notre Dame needs some interior defensive line help. We talked about this last show, I believe. And
When can
we're
they start
losing.
committing to schools?
The portal opens, I believe, January 3rd. Let's see, I'm trying to find this really quick. I'm blanking on the kid's name. There was a D tackle from Wake Forest that entered the portal, and right now he is currently the number one D tackle in the portal. And I think that would be the go-to for Notre Dame.
Of course, it's good school academically.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, outside of obviously receiver, D tackle, what are some other things you think Notre Dame should target in the portal? Obviously, some other side note news: Anthony Rizak, he entered the portal earlier today. So the quarterback room, as of right now, is Grubbs, Hebert, Carr. Teddy is
Do you go
trying to
after
reclass.
somebody in the quarterback room? I honestly think you don't go with your
You
three.
don't want an extra body?
No, Buckner. Well, Buckner will be back, right? Too.
I think Buckner's gone.
All right, Buckner's
Buckner
gone. Doesn't
was-
matter. But
Yeah,
Hebert,
Buckner was a 2021 guy. Yeah, so he's gone.
I think Hebert and Grubbs will be fine for an injury.
Well, and you'll have Teddy. You'll have Teddy there if he gets through the process of reclassifying. That which mean he would sign in February, and he would be on campus in the fall.
Yeah.
So you'd have 4 quarterbacks. The only issue is if, knock on wood, if Carr gets hurt, you have no experience with a redshirt freshman, a true freshman.
I'll take if Carr gets hurt, our season's over anyway. So just being honest. So I think that no quarterback in the portal. I don't really want a running back receiver. Yeah, let's get. I think tight end. It depends on who enters the portal. O-line's not really needed. D-line's a big must get, especially interior, which we talked about. Line, maybe get another linebacker in there, just for a rotational piece. Depends on who leaves, but Mike Martin, our GM, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about
I think
him?
he's done amazing, Deuce. I mean, your first year at Notre Dame, you get a top 2 recruiting class in the country. I mean, you can't do much better than that. I think he's done a great job. I think he's better than Chad. You remember him?
Chad Bowen? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that he's doing a fantastic job at Notre Dame. And during the documentary, I enjoyed his talk about the transition from the from the NFL to Notre Dame. So I think that he is somebody that is starting to realize that maybe he even said like he never thought the opportunity would be in college to be where he's at as a GM, and maybe realizing that's maybe where he's could be meant to be for the foreseeable future, making impacts on these kids. And he seems like a great guy, and I hope he just continues to work hard to get to his goals at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I agree. I think Mike Barton's done a really good job. I think, again, he's better than what we had in Chad Bowden. But yeah, any other things, any other positions you see Notre Dame maybe needing to target?
Tight end, maybe a safety again, but just for depth. I could see a nickel. I could see them getting a nickel again. A kicker.
So I did.
A punter?
I did.
Are we going to get a punter?
We need a kicker. So I did find out who I was looking for. So it's Wake Forest defensive lineman Mateen Ibiragba is entering the transfer portal. The 6'3", 296-pound defensive lineman posted 21 quarterback hurries, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble in 2025, and has 1 year of eligibility remaining. He is currently I can go to this real quick. He is currently the number 1 defensive tackle in the portal. Yeah, defensive lineman. He's the number 5th overall transfer. I think that's somebody you get. I think Notre Dame, you bring in 2 to 3.
Yeah, you don't want a situation where you get a Jason or who'd we get from Duke that one year? Who's an edge?
RJ
Oben, where you get an Oben, he's like a complete bust, right?
That's why I say you bring in 2. You bring in 2 or 3, like, and you just bring in as many big body defensive linemen you can, and
you make the young guys earn it.
Yeah, kind of like what you did with Elijah Hughes. Like, nobody thought Elijah Hughes. I remember when he committed to Notre Dame. I don't even really think you and me talked about it much. The big one was Jared Dawson.
Yeah,
the D tackle from Louisville,
and he did fine. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, I feel like that's what you need. You need 2 to 3 defensive linemen. You bring in a receiver like Nick Marsh if you can, and yeah, you could bring in a starting caliber slot if you don't think that you don't think Dallas Golden is good enough right now or ready. Or I personally, he played very well. But maybe you would want some more experience in that room at the slot or the nickel position. Maybe you bring in another corner just for cornerback depth. Maybe you look at safety, depending on what happens with the Don. So yeah, what's up?
I think that the biggest thing, if you're Notre Dame, is you ask yourself, if you go after a quarterback in the portal, who with 1 year of eligibility would want to go to Notre Dame just to be a backup?
I mean, you've seen players do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You remember, what was it, the Oklahoma State quarterback a couple years ago? Spencer Sanders or whatever his name was. The one that beat us in the – he went to Ole Miss and backed up Jackson Dart, I believe.
He probably thought he had a shot.
Yeah. Oh. He wasn't going to start. So, yeah, I mean, it's happened before. I think you maybe go and get like a Harvard, right? You go get somebody from a small school that'll be like just grateful for the opportunity to be a player at Notre Dame. Right?
You think there's a Harvard or Yale transfer receiver? I think he's going to be a grad transfer. I think he's a slot guy. Do you think that Notre Dame goes out?
I don't know if you need a slot. I don't think you need a slot. I think Faison, you got Burris.
Any chance that Greathouse enters the portal?
I don't think so. I think that's just all noise. I do find it interesting that there are people trying to connect Kenny to Greathouse. But which is another thing, we didn't get to talk about this quickly. Thoughts on Minchie? It wasn't surprising, obviously.
We talked about it last week.
Did we? I don't remember if we did.
Yeah, I said Arizona State, Vanderbilt, and another school was.
I think the teams that were listed was like Tennessee, Texas Tech, North Texas. Like that was kind of.
Dylan Royale is going to Texas Tech to be Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Okay.
I'm just saying he's a Patrick Mahomes wannabe. He's going to go to Texas Tech so he can be Patrick Mahomes again. Like,
yeah.
But tight end, maybe an offensive lineman for depth, like a grad transfer who just wants to be at Notre Dame to be there if there's an injury.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where outside or maybe receiver and D tackle, Notre Dame's in kind of a position where there's a guy in the portal that's like, you gotta take him, like, or like he's like a great, just an all-time great player that's in there. Then you kick the tires on it.
Depends. Anything other than quarterback, I'd say. Like if Ahmad Hardy enters the portal, you go out for Ahmad Hardy. If Jeremiah Smith enters the portal,
yeah. Or like if Mylan Graham enters.
What
the
if
portal.
Jeremiah Smith went to the portal to go to Notre Dame? What would be your reaction?
Or Jeremiah Smith going to Miami to play Notre Dame because he's from Miami. Dude, could you imagine dealing with Jeremiah Smith and Malachi Tony?
Who do you think goes to Miami as a quarterback?
I'm thinking Sam Levitt. That's what a lot of Miami fans have been telling me.
I think he goes to Oregon.
You think if it's Sam Levitt shooting up for Miami on November 7th in South Bend, how do we feel?
I mean, I live here in Arizona State country. People love Sam Levitt here. I don't know why he's going to the portal. He led them to the playoffs.
Miami gets Kenny Minchie. Kenny's their starting quarterback. Bro. I'm sorry,
I
Kenny.
could see it, but I hope not.
Well, Wisconsin's another one that was after.
That would make me a little worried because I'd be worried that
he'd be giving him our plays and
he knows how to,
Yeah. I did see that what was it? Wisconsin was one of his other teams that were interested in him. Please don't go to Wisconsin, Kenny. You don't want that don't make us do that to you week one. Please don't. Don't do it to yourself. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I know we talked about kicker. Florida called his agent. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
wait. Florida just got the quarterback from Georgia Tech, Philo.
What?
I think. Or Philo. So somebody put out there that Philo is going to.
I thought Philo is the Arizona quarterback.
No, hold on a second.
Georgia Tech's quarterback is Haynes King.
He's the backup to Haynes King.
Florida is not starting a backup quarterback at Georgia Tech next year.
Yeah, breaking offer from Florida breaking. Aaron Philo is heading to Florida. The offer from Florida was north of $3 million. Oh, because they just hired a Georgia Tech coach on staff. That's why. So, yeah, he's going to be their quarterback.
There's a lot of quarterbacks in the portal this year.
Mm-hmm. It's a good year to need a quarterback. Although I don't think any of them are Cam Ward or
I think Sam Levitt and Lagway are some good options.
You know who I am? Wait. Who's the head coach that took the job? Summerall? Where is Summerall from? He's from Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't Drake Retzloff?
That's what I was thinking. Does he have any eligibility left?
I actually don't know.
Because that's what I was thinking too, that he would go to Florida to be the quarterback next year.
Does he have eligibility? That is interesting. And if he does, not find a new team. Oh no, this is his final year. This past year was his final year. That's why.
Led him to the playoffs. Good story, bro.
Vanderbilt is one I think Minchie. He's a Tennessee kid.
But they just got a 5-star quarterback.
You're not going to start Jared Curtis right away, are you?
Why
doesn't
not?
Typically go well. Didn't work out for Lagway. It didn't work out for Jackson Arnold.
It didn't work out for Raiola.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's interesting. But yeah, other than that, I think the final thing we talked about.
Can we talk about how Pavia's a little bitch? A little bit?
Oh, dude, I still like Pavia, but that was kind of having a sign in the club that said "fuck Indiana." Well, I'm all in agreement. Screw the Hoosiers, right?
No, but he said F the committee, but family or whatever.
Oh, I didn't hear that. All I saw was the sign that said F
Oh, he
Indiana.
posted on his Instagram story like pictures with him and a group of people, and he was like, "F the committee, but family for life."
Oh.
I'm like, "Are you serious, bro? You suck, bro? I'm sorry. Like, you think you deserve the Heisman? Realistically,
Yeah.
you're not even gonna do shit in the NFL, bro. You're like
Did you
6
see where he
five.
dapped up? He dapped up like the main dude for the Heisman Trust, and had his earbuds still in.
Trashy.
Yeah, it's bad look. But yeah, final topic we'll talk about. In my opinion, Jeremiah Love got snubbed for the Heisman Trophy. In my opinion, we talked about this earlier. Best player in the country, without a doubt. I think it just sucks to me that Mendoza had to win it because it's not the title on the award is the most outstanding player in college football, regardless of position. Mendoza is not. You can say whatever you want to say. He is not the most outstanding player in college football this year. You could argue he's not even the best player on his team.
I think he's the
Hold
most
on.
outstanding story.
Hold on. He's not even the best player on his team, in my opinion. Right? Jeremiah Love is the most outstanding player in the country. But unfortunately, you have to give it to Mendoza because he's the best quarterback on the best team. And I even heard some voters talk about, well, if Notre Dame was 12-0, then maybe we didn't get to play FIU in fucking Nicholls State. Like if we had Indiana schedule, we're probably undefeated. Besides maybe the Big Ten championship game. Like, I think that whole we have to give it to him because he led his team to 13-0 when they played one hard team all year. He played like shit against Purdue. He didn't play great against Ohio State. Like,
Played Oregon.
Like, he played Oregon and he threw a pick 6 in that game. Like,
listen, I think Love should have been second minimum. Do I think Love's the best player in the country? Yes. I mean, think of it on this lens too. I don't think MVP award in the NFL is a quarterback award. The Heisman's really not. They are pretty fair for I know. Go Love. But they are pretty fair in college with the best player at times. But do I think this year, no matter what, would have arguably been the worst Heisman winner in the last 15, 20 years? Probably. Like, you look at the quarterback comparison from Mendoza on to the last few is insane. But I think it was him or Love. I'm just glad Pavia didn't win it. I think he far from deserved it. But think about it too. Mendoza's probably going to be the number 1 pick in the draft next year, Ryan. Right?
mm-hmm.
You could argue him saying then that he's still the best player in the country at that point. I mean, I think that he's not better than Jeremiah Love. I think his story's better, but he did have some big moments towards the end, even though the moments were more team moments than Heisman moments. I think Love deserved it, but even if Love did win, this would have probably been statistical-wise worse than other running backs in the past. And how could you justify not giving it to Genty but giving it to Jeremiah Love? Arguably, right? Travis Hunter was a beast. It should have been Genty. But I think this year Love should have won it. But I'm fine with Mendoza winning it. I think Love should have been second. I disagree with Love being third more than I do with
I just think, Sean, then you need to rename the award.
To what?
Or what its purpose is. It's like the whole the MVP, like people give the like.
Okay, let me ask
it's
you:
like
do you think last
the
year
end. Hold
Travis
on,
Hunter was
hold
the
on,
best player in
hold
college
on.
football?
Yes, and the thing is, like, if it's an MVP award, this is my thing with MVP awards. People don't want to give the MVP award to the same people over and over again, when that's not in the rule book. It's the MVP is the best player, regardless if they've won it 10 straight times. Right? That's how I look at it with the Heisman. It's the best player. It's
So then the
not the
award should go
best
to
quarterback.
Jeremiah Smith.
It should go to Jeremiah Love.
I think
Love's
Jeremiah Smith's the best player in college football.
I think Jeremiah Love is the best player in college football this year. Jeremiah Smith was probably the best player in the country last year, outside of maybe Cam Ward.
So you're talking about with statistics too.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a position quarterback. It's a quarterback-driven award, and I don't even say it's a stats because
I don't think it's a quarterback-driven award anymore.
I think it is. I think the only reason you saw Genty and Hunter get it was because Genty
We just saw Ryan Williams win it 3 years. I mean, we just saw Devontae
Smith 2020. That was 5 years ago, but yeah. Caleb Williams won it. He put up 40-something touchdowns.
Yeah, Williams deserved it that year.
But that's what it should be. It shouldn't be, well, we don't want to give it to Jeremiah Love. We want to give it to the quarterback because guess what? Sayan finished 4th in the Heisman voting. If Sayan would have won, or if Ohio State would have squeaked out a victory over Indiana, guess who would have been the Heisman Trophy winner? Not Mendoza. It would have been Sayan. Because that's what people voted on.
It could have been Pavia too.
But that's the thing, is I don't think none of those quarterbacks that were there. And realistically, you should have taken out Sayan or Pavia and put in Jacob Rodriguez. Again, the best players. Why was Jacob Rodriguez not in New York?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. We have serious issues with this award, and it just annoys me because I feel like you get snubs all the time because, again, got to give it to a quarterback. Got to give it to the best player on the best team.
I'm just happy he won the Doak Walker and he was there. I didn't think he would win. So for me, it was him representing Notre Dame on that grand stage and being there. That's what I'm happy about.
Deuce and me usually don't see eye to eye. He agrees with me.
I agree. I agree. I think Love should have won. I think he's the best player in the country, but I'm okay with Mendoza winning. I'm more mad. I think it's not me disagreeing with you. It's me just me saying I'm more mad about Love being in 3rd than not winning.
Like, I remember us sitting here.
Like, Love should be 2nd minimum, right? Like, he should be 2nd minimum.
Yes. I think
that's what I'm saying.
We sat here, me and you, Sean and Ben, we sat here before the season started. And when the Heisman odds came out, CJ Carr had better odds to win the Heisman than Love did. I wonder why. Because what position does CJ Carr play? Quarterback. There's that's the shit I'm talking about. And I remember us having the discussion. We'll go back and watch that episode of, I said, the only reason, because we all sat up here and said it's stupid, Love should have better odds. And I said, I'm like, it's probably more likely that CJ Carr wins a Heisman than it is for Love because of the position Carr plays. Like, Carr is going to be in the Heisman conversation next year. And is he going to have similar stats to Mendoza? Probably. Is he going to win it? If they have the same type of candidates,
let's be realistic though. If Notre Dame goes undefeated next year, I think he goes to New York. But I do wonder, this might sound bad, do we want him to? I mean, I think that if Carr goes to New York, he's going to go to the draft. I'd like for Carr to be here for 2 more years.
Yeah, I would too. But I don't want to go 11-1 with that schedule. I want to beat the shit out of everybody.
Agreed.
Like, Hey, you know what, Carr? If you win us a natty, you can do whatever you want. That's how I look at it.
Oh, if he wins the natty, he can go to the NFL.
Love was the best player by a wide margin. Okay, here we go. It's a complete contradiction of Travis Hunter winning the award last year. You give it to the best player in college football. Love was the best player by a wide margin this year. He just didn't have the numbers.
I don't think
But
he
he
had the
had-
numbers, but I think he had the moments.
Yes.
Oh, hey, what are the odds? Right? What are the odds that I said that at the same time? But I
Like name me
I do
down
think,
a
but
list.
here's what I say. Last
Yeah.
year, Travis Hunter won the Heisman on a 6-win Colorado?
They had like 9 wins.
8 wins. They had 8. I'll give them 8.
No, they had 9. They were 9-3.
I thought they finished the year 9-4.
They lost their bowl game.
Oh, well.
Hmm.
Boise State doesn't make the playoffs without Ashton Genty. Compete with Oregon without Genty. He was the best player last year. Do I think Travis Hunter's a more talented player? Yes. But Genty was the most impactful and best player last year.
They were also running Genty into the ground when they were winning games in the fourth quarter to get him a Heisman.
Of
Like
course.
they were stat padding. Like do you want to reward that? Like I don't know if I want to reward that if I'm a Heisman voter when I don't need Travis Hunter out there doing that. Like here's my thing.
Travis Hunter didn't even win the best wide receiver award last year.
Here's my thing. Mendoza won the Heisman. Go down the list of this year of Mendoza's quote unquote Heisman moments that you can remember.
Penn State's the main one I can remember.
Is that it?
Beating Ohio State, I guess.
So that's 2. Give me Jeremiah Love's Heisman moments from this year. Just this year.
I mean, the Navy run, the Pitt run.
The one-handed catch against Texas A&M for a touchdown.
The definitely the Navy run. He had something else recently. God.
The USC game.
The USC game. I mean, yeah. I mean, he definitely had the moments. I think he deserved it more. I agree with you. I just don't think that if he needed a little more of stats, he just didn't have the stats.
Like, and again, I'm not knocking Mendoza because I think Mendoza is the best quarterback in the country. But that's what the Maxwell Award is for. Or not the Maxwell, whatever what's the quarterback award? The
Maxwell's best offensive player, right?
Why am I blanking on this? The Johnny Unitas Award? Is that what it is?
I think Johnny, it's something else. I thought Johnny Unitas was best senior quarterback. I don't know why.
I don't know. But that's what the best quarterback in the country, that's what the best quarterback award is for. It's not like,
yeah, I agree with you.
My thing is, and also if your Heisman moment, if you're the thing that they played over and over and over is the Penn State game against a team that had no head coach, was on a 4-game losing streak, and you needed a Heisman moment, which realistically wasn't Mendoza. That was just a great play by the receiver to get his toe in bounds. Like, if that's your Heisman moment and that's what you're hanging your hat on, that you're not a very good Heisman campaign, in my opinion. Especially when you go out the next few weeks. People just didn't watch the games, I don't think. Did anybody watch him against Purdue? Yeah, Indiana won by 50. He was 8 for 15 for like 100 yards. Like, if CJ Carr does that, everybody in our group chat shitting on him. Mendoza does it, and he wins a Heisman. Like,
let's talk about this. Do we think that there's anybody on the roster currently that we see that can win a Heisman within the next few years?
On the roster? Carr?
That's it?
Yeah. I don't think anybody else can.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
I think I had hopes for Great House, man.
For Eisman, fuck. Yeah, right. Hey, he could bounce back this year.
Oh man, my Pookie Bear, bro.
Your Pokey Bear? What the hell?
My Pookie Bear, bro.
Oh my god.
Great House let me down, man.
He'll be back next year and he'll come out strong. So what are the chances that
Mendoza will get people fired in the next couple of years? That's crazy.
my dad wants the Titans, because he's a Titans fan, to do what the Cardinals did with Rose and Murray, where they drafted Rose and got rid of him, and he wants them to get rid of Ward and to draft. I told him he needs more than Ward. I said, if Ward looks just as bad next year, then you can have the conversation, but he needs another year. You need to get
Ward has not been the problem with that team.
I didn't say they were.
No,
but I think that they need more than Ward for sure. They need an offensive line, they need a receiver, and they need a running back. But I think if they get a receiver next year, they build around him a little more, and he still sucks. I do think they need to consider something, but I think they need to give him another year minimum. But I wonder if what are the chances that Price comes back? Is it 50-50, 70-30, 30-70?
There's like a 15% chance.
You think it's 15?
I don't think he's coming back.
I think it's 50-50. I think there's a realistic chance he comes back. I do.
It'd be interesting. But all right, Sean. Oh, Deuce says 60-40. That's I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. We should figure out here in the next couple weeks. It's gonna be interesting to see what the scoreboard. We have about 400 right now, so it's not as much as it was last week. Kind of tapered off, but
but we did have a our average is around there. So I mean,
yeah.
Thanks for everybody who tuned in.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, another good show. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday night, same time. Hopefully Ben will be back and join us. Hopefully see if we get some more recruiting news. Maybe we get some portal news. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I have been your host, Ryan Fervell, with my co-host, Sean. Make sure you go drop him a follow at MD Forever on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter as well at Fervell_Ryan. Thank you for the 391 people that are watching right now. If you like the show, make sure you go over on YouTube to the Voice of College Football at Notre Dame. Drop a sub, like, comment. As always, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Stay safe and go Irish.
Go Irish.